This game is in Miami.
Uh-huh.
Who has more pressure? Is it Indiana with this undefeated record?
Oh, dude, Indiana's playing with house money.
Yeah, it's Miami.
You are
unquestionably.
Yeah.
If Indiana wins a national championship, I know they're in the national championship, but if they win a national championship in our lifetime, say they'd lose this game, you're still like, great. That's awesome. But Miami bringing back, they pay a shit ton of money for Carson Beck and Ruben Bain and this whole roster, and they stumble through the ACC and they barely get to the playoffs. Absolutely, Miami has more pressure. They're a traditional college power who has not been good, and consistently good, consistently
they haven't
great.
Been this good.
Yeah, in a long time, and they're at their home stadium. It is undoubtedly Miami.
That's funny.
I disagree.
I'm with you. G.
Yeah.
I think there's such a heavy favorite now that we see Miami in this light. I don't think I don't see Miami as like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they made it. But there's a little bit of that. Like, you had two not very good losses this year. You're like, they're beatable, and it's not like they're stumbling there, but they're not dominated a win. If you lose to this Miami team,
so
it puts a weird angle on the whole year.
Is that more about pressure on Cignetti, or would that more about your expectations for this Indiana team being shot? Like,
well, I think that's pressure. I think that's pressure on them of they have become such a pinnacle this year, and because of media and things like that, those things happen so much faster now. Like, you become king of the mountaintop as soon as they beat Ohio State, it was like, you have to win Natty. Like, I think and this Miami team just has a weird negative light because they're just getting by.
I disagree.
See, I almost feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the moment Miami beat Ohio State, it was like, oh, hey, you've got a legitimate shot here. Like, this is your chance to go win a national championship. For me, every game with Indiana has been house money. It's like, dude, you are at, I know in one of our TikTok videos, I said they were like the lowest win percentage in college football. Somebody actually corrected me. I think they're second.
Oh, who's the lowest?
I think Purdue.
Yeah,
somebody.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's somebody.
No bowl win since 1982, by the way.
Anyways, like, if Curt Cignetti, in my opinion, never wins a national championship at Indiana, they'll still build a statue outside that stadium for him. Yeah. Like, these aren't just like two good seasons. These are probably the two best seasons in Indiana football ever.
He's 29-2, bro.
Like, at Indiana.
Yeah.
At Indiana. That's nuts, dude. So, don't get me wrong, pressure's there. I'm not trying to say it's not. When you play in the national championship, there's pressure. But, like, watching what I've watched from Mario Cristobal and how he's fumbled his way through this at Oregon and at Miami, and it kind of feels like he stumbled his way into this national championship. And then watching Curt Cignetti, I'm like, oh, well, their recruiting's going to tick up. He's only going to get better players. And I just watched him buzzsaw his way through a conference of nothing but better rosters than his, as well as buzzsaw his way through a playoff of nothing but better rosters than his. He'll be back. Like, I feel like Curt Cignetti will be back. I don't know if I can sit here with as much confidence, and I know this is wild to say, and say the same thing about Mario Cristobal. Because I just don't. I don't know if I can.
Here's why Indiana has more pressure than Miami. Because, kind of playing off of what Chase was saying, everybody is outside of Miami fans. I think everybody wants to see Indiana win because of such a good story as it is. Everybody's expecting the undefeated team, the team at this juncture, when we're doing this show live on Monday night, are favored by 8.5 points. There's no way there's not pressure. You're the favorites. You're expected to win this national championship. And if you lose, I think to Chase's point, to what is considered a much lesser opponent in a man who you just talked about, Joseph, fumbles all over himself and fumbles his way into a national championship game in Mario Cristobal, that's a bad look. Curt Cignetti's supposed to be this high and mighty big old coach, the Saban tree, the whole thing, going to D2 IUP and then building his way back up here to JMU and leading them to success. And now the 29-2 record. And if you lose to a 12-seeded Miami in Fernando Mendoza's hometown of Miami, I think there's more pressure on Indiana to get this thing done and finish it out and get it all the way through. Everybody's at this point just expecting them to win.
It's a very, very, very good point. That's how I feel too. I think that there's a lot against Miami, right? Like, and I don't know. I think Indiana is such a favorite. I think that there's going to be a lot of people very, very invested in the success of Indiana. So I think Miami's almost playing with house money. It's like nobody expected us to be here anyway. So we might as well make the best of it.
The U is back in a certain way at this point. I mean, they made it to a national championship. Even if you don't win it, like you said, nobody's expecting you to win this game. That's why Indiana's the favorite. So regardless if Miami wins or not, in a way, the U is kind of back because they haven't even been in this position since the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.